Hey, what's up? This is Martha D. Staub with That Hashtag Show, and I'm back to review the final episode of Lower Decks this season, episode 10, titled First Contact. Wow. This episode blew my mind. I just literally sat there with my jaw to the floor thinking, what the... Yeah, this is the ultimate cliffhanger, and I'm so pissed that I have to wait an entire year to find out what happened, but there's so much to unpack in this episode, so let's dive right on in. When we open up into this episode, we actually see Captain Sonia Gomez. Now, who remembers Sonia Gomez? Now, let me remind you, she was in season 2 of TNG, and she's the infamous ensign that spilled hot cocoa all over Captain Picard. Like, upon a first meeting, like, that's just... Picard has never forgotten that. I can tell you that right now. Anyway, it's good to see she has stayed within Starfleet, worked her career through, and now she's the captain of the Archimedes. Sonia Gomez and Captain Freeman are there chatting with Admiral Freeman. We actually see him in the flesh, and it comes to find out Captain Freeman got promoted. Well, Mariner actually overheard this, and so she went to the senior staff and totally ratted out her mom. You know, there's a lot of upset. A lot of people are like really not wanting Captain Freeman to leave. Even Mariner, who she admits, like, you know, like, this is my mom and I don't want to see her leave, but at the same time, you know, I'm this rebel kid, and we unpack a lot of Mariner's feelings in this episode. So Captain Freeman is going to help the Archimedes with the first contact with Lepurians. We also see Boimler getting ready for Captain Freeman Day, which I only thought it was only Captain Picard Day, but I guess all the captains have a day. That's pretty cool. He's making his banner, which is a great throwback to that TNG episode where we see the Captain Picard Day banner. Really cool. Archimedes actually gets hit with an ionic plasma, and it knocks it out of warp, and power's completely down, and literally they're on a trajectory to hit the Lepurians' planet. They have 7 hours to figure out, like, either we turn around or we're gonna make first contact in the worst way possible. On another storyline, we do get to see that Ensign Tendi is being summoned to Dr. Tiana's office. She actually kind of spies on Dr. Tiana, and she sees that her file is deleted from sickbay. Rutherford makes it a point to go and relive all of their favorite memories. While they're doing that, they actually overhear Mariner and Freeman, and they're like, hey, you know, like, while the Archimedes is flipped and, you know, drifting through space, how about we remove the hull? It works. The whole pieces are flying off the ship, and then we see the plate of the U.S.S. Cerritos flying in space. I'm just like, I have never seen this before. One of the crucial points that happen in this episode is we actually get to see citation ops. So we actually get to see the whales in citation ops, and they got little uniforms. They're really cute. And so Boimler, there's one hull plating left, and Boimler has to do the heroic thing and dive down and go underneath this part and actually manually pull out that lock so the hull could break free. And he does it so heroically, like, no questions asked. He goes down there and he dives, and he actually almost dies, and he was saved by the whales. So that was really cool. I think that's a really cool thing because we've heard of citation ops over the years but never seen it. So this is the first time in all of Star Trek history that we actually see citation ops. The Archimedes is saved, all is well. Freeman actually goes down to do the first contact since, you know, Captain Sonia Gomez was hurt during that almost near collision. We get an update on Ensign Tendi. Dr. Tiana actually says that she doesn't belong in sickbay. You know, I'm upgrading you to senior science officer training. There is a team from Starfleet that is in the area that wants to board the ship, and, you know, Captain Freeman returns a little tipsy from the first contact, and she's like, oh, they're probably here for, you know, for my promotion and everything. Just send them on through. We find out that they're not there for promotion. They're there to arrest her. Pakled planet has been destroyed, and somehow she got framed for it. They think Captain Freeman did this, which I don't see how. I mean, if you look at the timeline, and, you know, she, you know, when the Pakled was on the Cerritos, and, you know, we find out that, you know, there was a plan to bomb Earth, like, she let Starfleet know, like, how does this happen? And who framed her? Who is captain of the ship right now? Is that Captain Ransom? there's a lot of things to unpack there. And now we're seeing, because when this episode started and I started to see this is a first contact episode, I'm like, wait, where are the Packlets? Are the Packlets not here to like have a big blowout match with the Federation? Definitely not. That wasn't the case. So this was a really interesting twist. But yeah, that's how season 2 closed, and I thought it was a fantastic episode. Everything. We had tons of Easter eggs, tons of things, and I'm just very well pleased with the writing, the animation. All of this is very well put together, and it's definitely exceeded my expectations for when I first started watching Lower Decks. This is now one of my favorite Trek shows. I love it. I hope you enjoyed this episode review. Go ahead and leave your comments below, and I will answer them, and I will see you sometime in the future. Have a good one. Bye.